I don't know if you want that, but it looks cool in the background. It does, but if you look at the live stream, it's like we're just like black figures.
I know. Right? That's messed up. Well, we are kind of tanned. Or maybe we could just do it this way.
And that's it. And I just took his word, trusted him, and nice. It did. And now I got a bunch of stuff in Ohio and Atlanta.
Nice. That ain't bad, bro.
Yeah. Small check stuff. $500, $600, nothing really like Floyd, but it just adds up over time. Yeah, but $500-$600, 1 or 2 checks a month is yeah, it'll work.
It works. All right. Oh my God! Look at them. He's closing the little things and everything.
So I guess on camera we can't call this a trap house. No.
Say mine. Well, isn't that what a trap house is, pretty much?
Like TFG coming live from the trap house. Right.
See, now it's getting a little better.
Are you going on Friday? No. Are you guys going? Yeah. I made plans to go. I put it in my schedule, but we're gonna talk to it.
Yeah, we're leaving after the weigh-in.
After the weigh-in, yeah. So we're gonna go to my house first to drop off the cars or whatever. I'm on the way. I know you're on the way. Yeah. But if you want to roll, man, I appreciate it.
All right, so yeah, we should probably do it this way. Let's see how it looks this way. See when it turns over there to you.
Are you live right now?
Yeah.
Oh, it's delayed.
Yeah, it's delayed a little. See, even better. Yeah, we're better over here.
Oh,
Way better. Oh, heck yeah.
Is it chocolate chips with chips of water? Yes.
Yeah, that's without water. Yes, I wear Jordans all the time. Don't bother me.
What is that?
I'm like, yes, I wear Jordans all the time. Don't bother me.
Oh, that was so You want some memory card? I did.
Mine's right there.
Oh, you're live right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You already went live? I can't go to February 10th. That's crazy. That was my time. Yeah, I disputed and won, right? Well, I don't know yet. I'm still in dispute.
He said and won.
I disputed like some because when I was doing the live commentary, like monetization, it caught one of the songs, or 2 of them, and so I'm disputing it now, like just like I'm not using the song for any of my actual content or anything like that. Like,
Yeah, it was them. They put it up.
So we'll see. I'm still waiting on it, but I guess we'll see. But then the muting the song, the shit never works. It never actually uses the song. It just keeps the copyright. Keeps the copyright. And the good thing is people can't come up. You know, I mean, that's like protects us a little bit.
Where did you get the wire from, Steven?
The right, to the right.
The little one.
Oh.
Okay, everybody use this one, Fred?
Yeah.
Use it if you want.
Yeah.
Feels way better. Oh, so good. We fat. Right.
Someone said that.
No, I'm saying.
Oh.
What the fans saying. Hopkins is a true warrior. Respect the old fella. UK fans. We respect them. Trust me. We respect them.
Fred, you only got one battery on this thing. Like one battery cell? Is that gonna be enough? Oh, okay.
Switch. I am Bernard Hopkins for the Fight Guys Live. We cover all major fights live from the event, not couches. Subscribe and enjoy. Right, Fred?
All right.
Now, when you can't get into a fight that's not even televised, you're doing something wrong. That David Peralta fight that was happening in Philly. Yeah, if you can't get into that in your own hometown, you're doing something wrong.
Like something that's too much. I don't think it'd be fine. I guess I'll go sit down. I think once we all sit down. Well, do you want to sit in the middle? No.
I'm gonna get all of us.
All right, what are we talking about? So I could like.
What are we talking about? We're talking about B-Hop versus Joe Smith. We're also talking about who's special and who's common.
Okay.
We're talking about.
We may start burning for Becky this weekend too.
We're talking about that. Even though I believe Stavern or somebody did a drug test.
Yeah, but it's still
Again?
They're still fighting.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
That was like a month.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Then talk about the Bud Crawford situation.
Oh, 53 days in jail, huh?
53 days. Yep. We'll talk about
It was
that.
like that burglary. I mean, when he punched that dude.
Well, according to them, there was never an altercation. It was just like, yo, what the fuck's going on in the car? You know, like a heated argument, pretty much. And obviously, since the dude's a superstar and everything like that, I guess the owner decided to fucking press charges, blah, 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 blah. I honestly find it to be way too fucking excessive, but we'll talk about that. Especially for a guy who doesn't have like a criminal record at all.
Really?
Yeah, Bud has no criminal record, got 50 days in jail. Not even really, but considering the time when the lawsuit started and everything, now 50 and 2 years probation.
That's fucking
I'm
insane.
like, the dude doesn't have a freaking criminal record. Why in the world would you do that?
You?
Now, is that one going?
Oh, no, not yet.
No, come on, man.
All right, I'm live.
Come on, Perennial.
What's Dom doing?
Dom got family issues. Shout out to our other fight guy, Dominic Verdeen. Family issues, couldn't be here today, but he's with us in spirit also.
I think this is good. So just start.
Yeah, just start. Just put this in the middle. I don't want to reach in between your legs and everything, so just to let you know. You really got to stop watching Parks and Recreation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Fight Guys. This edition is actually a live one. As you noticed, we are actually live on the Fight Guys YouTube channel, Steven Carreño's KO Artist Sports, and we are also filming it as well. I am Fernando Pimentel from BehindTheGloves.com, and of course, the Fight Guys, and of course,
Steven Carreño, KO Artist Sports on YouTube. We're live right now. Catch all the live events too. Follow all of us. We're all trying to do live events for you guys. So just follow us. I think it notifies them, right?
Yeah. If they like you enough, they'll
right. Like my stuff. Don't turn them off.
who was in a legal dispute right now trying to get
which I'm so guilty. So.
Yeah. Since we're talking about legal disputes, I think we should just start off with that right now. And since we gave him the prelude of everything on live, what happened with Terrence Crawford, man? Terrence Crawford, as reported by the Omaha Worldwide, I apologize if I'm butchering that, but they reported that he was in court and they have given him 90 days, 90 days in jail.
Immediately, right?
Yeah, immediately, shortened down to 50. He is, from all reports are saying it, he is already incarcerated. He is detained. He is in there for 50 days. Also 2 years probation. If you guys don't know the story and everything, this is about a situation at a body shop where, according to even eyewitnesses and everything, there was no physical damage done to the individual that filed the lawsuit. I don't know if there was any property damage or anything. I don't know that. I don't know those details and everything. But for a guy who has a spotless criminal record like Terrence Crawford, and mind you, where he's from, you got to take his background into consideration and everything. Like, for him to have a spotless record, being where he's from and everything, that's immaculate. That is a testament to his person and persona and who he is. But 2 years probation, 90 days in jail, getting 50. He's gonna miss Christmas with his family. I know he just had a newborn, and he's also going to miss New Year's with his family. Your guys' thoughts?
He has a new family.
Yeah.
Big Bubba.
Nah, they're gonna put him in protective custody. You know that.
Yeah. But I mean, on the outside looking in, I don't know the letter of the law in Omaha, but us looking in, it looks like it was just a verbal dispute, but 53 days in jail. I don't know. I'll tell you guys a story. I was on a beer run in college, right? And we got caught doing a beer run in college, and the owner of the store tried to make it think like we had grand theft, so we literally had to spend the night in jail. So that's my experiences in jail. It was like 4 hours, but
Right.
we had to spend the night in jail. Like 19 at the time, but I can't imagine spending 53 days in jail, man. That's just it seemed like the punishment doesn't fit the crime. But I'm on the outside looking in, so I don't know the letter of the law in Omaha. But 53 days in jail. But that may be why Bob Arum jumped on this date, because they knew what was coming.
Yeah.
Same thing with Floyd Mayweather when he had to do his 90 days in jail. So I guess, I mean, people say he's the 2016 Floyd Mayweather. So I mean, I guess
He's following the script. Yeah, I think it just seems super excessive. Like I was talking to Fernando about it. And I guess maybe, I mean, again, we don't know exactly what the details are and all that. But I was telling Fernando, I can see where it's maybe a special circumstance because he is a fighter. You know, I mean, I'll bet even like a world-class fighter, obviously, that he is, you know. But regardless, just knowing a guy's a fighter, you know, you're going to react differently when there's a confrontation. You're going to be, I mean, you might not back down, but you might be in the back of your mind like, shit, I'm going to get fucked up. You know what I mean? Because it's a fight. That's what he does. That's what he does for a living. So I could see where maybe the threat level seemed higher than, say, a normal confrontation with somebody else. But 50 days in jail and two years probation, too, it just seems super excessive. I could see maybe a big fine and, like, a lot of community service or something. But a friend told me something. The judge said something about that he had this demeanor of, like, oh, you feel like you're above the law or something like that. So I'm wondering, maybe he popped off in the court or something, or just had this attitude of like whatever, and so maybe the judge like just threw the book at him because of that, you know. So
I'm sure that shit down.
You
can request that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It's just terrible, you know, considering the fact that boxing is in a nice boom and everything. This whole situation kind of like, when reported, was big, but then kind of went under the radar and everything, and now we get this. Again, he's missing the holidays with his family and everything. Obviously, he's going to have to get put in protective custody, probably like his own cell and everything, getting away from General Pop. But it's like, man, did he really have to go through that? Just, again, no physical damage. I don't recall if there's any property damage or anything like that. To me, it's just excessive, honestly.
Yeah,
it's super excessive.
And then when you take into account maybe what he said, you know, like now it's like actually what you say. So like, even though there was no punches thrown, the victim probably said, he said he's gonna kill me, or or something like that. So you see what I'm saying?
He's gonna fuck me up.
Yeah.
But come on, how many times
In social media has nobody popped off on somebody? You know what I'm saying? It's like, so if we're going to take up our words, are we going to be taking it to what we say on social media too? Like,
But see, the difference is, like I was telling you, is if it's a fighter, he's in your face. It's like, well, shit, like he is gonna fuck me up. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not just like, okay, cool, I can turn off, my browser and then you're gone. You know what I mean? It's like, shit, you're standing in front of me, like you're telling me you're gonna fuck me up, like you are. You know what I mean? Like, so it makes it different, but I definitely think it's way too excessive.
Yeah, just I feel bad for Blood on this one. Hopefully comes out like Floyd though.
Floyd came out.
Right? Yo,
He said did 1,000 push-ups a day.
Yes, I don't know, but hopefully it comes out
With a
like
little
Floyd.
afro.
Yeah. And the goatee.
Yeah.
Like a completely different Floyd.
Like a running back.
Looking like a younger version of his dad.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Like a strict younger version of his father and everything.
Well, he became more like his dad.
Yeah.
His dad did.
And obviously at the time, yesterday, there was a lot of reports that Aaron was open to making the Broner versus Crawford fight. A lot of people are probably thinking that this might hinder that, but then at the same time, Broner has a fight against Adrian Granados in February. So given the time frame and everything, might actually work out, because Broner could come back. And if he doesn't get that, obviously he's in the running for the Pacquiao. Freddie Roach has told us on many occasions how he wants that fight, Terrence Crawford versus Manny Pacquiao. So
I think the Broner thing still works because, I mean, it's especially juicy, schedule-wise for sure, but also with the fact that Aaron just worked with Heyman for the Molina fight, so it kind of keeps that ball rolling for those guys. So hopefully that's the case, because that's a good fight at 140 for sure.
That's a good fight?
Yeah, at 140. It's interesting.
It's an interesting fight.
Yeah, it's a good fight.
I think Terrence Crawford is too.
That's true.
Yeah, I think Terrence Crawford. I'm sorry. I like Broner and everything.
He would have to move up. I think Crawford has to move up to get a fight.
To get a competitive fight. Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
There's really nothing at 140.
140.
Like you already demolished the number 2 guy, which is Victor Postal. Batista's coming back, and he's coming back at 47. Who really is there at 140? There's nobody at 135 that you could move up to 140 except for Mikey. Mikey's going for a 135 title. So,
and the top rank Mikey thing is still pretty fresh, I think.
Yeah, so it's just like, well, according to Aegis in a conversation that he had with him, they wanted Lomachenko to move up to 135.
I saw that. Yeah.
So that's why I pulled barbershop conversations for that.
That was exclusive.
It's funny because I was watching my interview with Joe Smith, and then I looked in the background. I was like, let's talk to Aegis, because I had asked Aegis earlier. I was like, hey, like, can I talk to the Heroes Girl? Like, I think the press conference was about to. He's like, oh, I don't really have anything to say. But then he and I were talking about Sergey and Lomachenko. I was like, well, just say that, like, on camera. When I saw you talking about, I was like, good shit, man.
That was good one from there. Lomachenko moving up to 135.
That's big news.
Exactly.
That was big news. Hell yeah.
And that they're interested in the Mikey fight. And obviously, like you said, the whole top ranked Mikey situation might be too fresh. But give it 6 months, give it less than a year, then they could work out. And Mikey's a free agent. He isn't signed with anybody. So we'll see how it
check
works.
out Barber Conversations. That interview was a good interview with Aegis for sure.
But let's talk about pretty much fight week here in LA, man. We got Bernard Hopkins, who completely went off on.
So you went on
he just went on an amazing, epic rant yesterday at the press conference. If you guys haven't seen it, check out the Fight Guys. Once you're done here, have it up. You can see what B-Hop said. Check it out on KO, Artist, and Barbershop. But wow, what a speech.
That was great. When that started, I was like, oh, thank God. It was good to see just vintage kind of Hopkins. You've always seen, like seeing it in press conference and stuff. To be there live was awesome. He got in his face, like away from the mic, like he's like Common, like right in his face. I was like, the rapper? Oh man, that was awesome. But I think he got pissed because right before that, as like soft-spoken and stuff as Joe Smith sounds, I mean, he was like, I'm going to knock him out. I want to knock him out. I want to be the person to do it. It hasn't happened yet in his career, and I want to do it. And you don't say something like that to Bernard Hopkins without expecting something back. So, and God, it was epic coming back. He punished that boy for sure.
And then Joe LaGuardia is saying that Joe Smith is going to win this for the Common Man. That's literally what gave the ammunition to B-Hop to go on that special Common rant. Because my God, even I'm still like, I go back to it and I watch it. It's just amazing what he says. He can't even refrain from saying, "I'm not going to give him the Kelly Pavlik treatment. I end careers." You know, I'm like, damn.
So I don't wish the Kelly Pavlik treatment on him.
Like, wow. He even has a name for the treatment. That's bad. It's like, I don't know. B-Hop still has it. 51 years old, about to be 52 next month. Always has had the gift of gab. He always knows how to talk and just knows how to still fight.
He's sharp as a sword, man.
Yeah, he is.
You know, at the media thing, he was clowning like everybody for their questions, even though I thought they were all pretty, like, you know, but he was. Oh, it was awesome.
He was just having fun. Now,
what you think, Fred?
About the speech?
Yeah.
I love it. Man, I was like, I'm putting it on my iPod.
Yeah.
I work out when I work out.
Yeah.
And it's just so good that he's bringing back the execution, because love or hate him, that's what fans gravitated towards. You know, even the Puerto Rican fans. Oh, I hate him, but damn, he's so captivating. Right, he's so in control of every word and every syllable that comes out of his mouth. You know, and it looks like Joe Smith was kind of shook though. Like he was like Joe Smith or Joe. What's his name?
Joe Smith.
Joe Smith Jr.
He's like he has a nervous twitch about it. Have you noticed that?
Like when he stands,
like
he kind of rocks a little bit. Like,
And I don't know if that's normal or it's just the moment maybe too big. I don't know, but I'm interested in seeing how he responds to Bernard Hopkins bobbing and weaving and turning him and, you know, sticking his jab and throwing his shoulder and his chin, you know, little subtle things like that. You know,
and you know Hopkins is going to do the, like, probably throw a push-up in there or two. You know what I mean?
Like,
you know what I mean?
Like Pascal fight, right?
Yeah. You know he's going to do, like, all of that stuff just to, like, continue to get in his head. Whether he's doing good or not. He's just going to do it because I would think even especially if he's not doing good. Just to kind of be like, all right, like, let me do something. You know,
he did it against Kovalev and everything. Even though Kovalev was beaten, we're still playing around with him, huh?
Yeah,
so
it's just going to be great to see. Tune into that for sure on HBO. That show starts at 7.
Alexander Usyk is
that first fight. That first fight is
awesome.
Amazing. Alexander Usyk is enormous. That dude, I'm ready to cut his hair. Do you see that like box rec thing he did with the hair? He has like braids. You see what I'm talking about, right? He has like these long braids like down to here, kind of like Fernando Vargas style back in the day. But good luck. It's good luck that he got rid of it. But that's going to be a good fight. JoJo's I like that kid. He's a real good kid. And the collision course that him and Oscar Valdez are on. That's going to be, hopefully they keep going the way they are, because that's going to be a juicy. And I love that they both know it. They both are like, we're you know what I mean? Every time we talk to them about it, they're like, we're going to fight eventually. But they're also very friendly with each other. They're not, those kids are awesome. We're very extremely lucky to have access to both of them. So that's awesome.
Oscar's in The Rock, JoJo's on Monte and everything like that. So we got great access to it. And WBC just named them Prospect of the Year too.
Which one?
JoJo.
Oh yeah.
They named him Prospect of the Year, and like I said, when we've been talking about Valdez, he's literally where Valdez was a year ago. So that's what they named Prospect of the Year.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So it's like there's a parallels. Yeah, parallels for them. It's just. I can't wait for that fight.
It's funny. Last time I interviewed Oscar, I started with was
that 3 years ago?
No.
I've been trying to get an Oscar.
Oh no, I'm Oscar Valdez.
I've been trying to get an Oscar interview for a long time.
I got Oscar De La Hoya at the toy drive thing.
This morning?
No.
Tomorrow.
Sorry, not the toy drive.
Tomorrow morning.
The giveaway thing that he did at the gym.
Yeah.
And they were trying to let me talk to him, but I was like in the middle of the crowd, and luckily he was cool because he saw me and he was like, all right, like I'll sign stuff and give you some time. So that was cool. But trying to get Oscar now is a pain for sure. Yeah, it's hard. You almost got him yesterday. You were right there.
I was trying.
You've been trying.
I've been trying to get him, but they seem, he wants no parts of media. So why? Maybe it's hard to get. But they did make a big announcement yesterday.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to get at.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get to that soon. But talk to me, since we're still talking about B-Hop and everything. I know last week I saw you at the Morris Cuellar weigh-in, and even afterwards, you still had a lot of time with Nassim Richardson. Did anybody ask, or did they get into why he's not training B-Hop for this fight?
Yeah, he said he just didn't get a phone call. I mean, it was plain and simple. And how many years have they been together? Ever since I've known boxing, and that's why I told when I asked him 280, I said, all I know is you and Richardson. Like, I don't know. It's like Karl Malone, Jerry Sloan. Like, you know, you go in the Hall of Fame together. Like, you ride off into the sunset. And
yeah, you're right. It looks weird.
Yeah, it looks weird.
Karl Malone and John Stockton were this, but then you saw Karl Malone, Gary Payton,
yeah, don't know.
What?
It didn't work either.
Yeah, they didn't even make the playoffs that
Right,
year.
yeah. They made the final. They just lost.
They lost.
Karl Malone?
Kobe.
Is that the year they got swept? 4-1?
4-1, yep. That was it, yeah.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
Magic Johnson positive.
Okay. Magic Johnson. But he didn't really say that, but you know, there's some behind the scenes stuff, behind the scenes conversation that has to occur because you have so much history together. And it seemed like, speaking to Bernard, he's separated the emotional side of his life from the pragmatic approach to his life. You know, St. Richardson's had a stroke. He's older. I don't know. Like I said, I don't get a chance to see St. Richardson train in the boxing because he's on the East Coast. But Bernard knows, you know, what I mean, what he looks like in the ring now. So that's their discretion. But I mean, I shagged St. Richardson all day that day because I don't get a chance to see him, you know what I mean? And I just let him talk.
And he spits gold.
Yeah, he did.
He just, oh man, just standing there.
Mm-hmm.
I think I asked him maybe like 1-2 questions, and my interview's like 12 minutes long. You know what I mean? Because he just like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, oh,
that's exactly right. But there's some, I mean, there's some animosity. It has to be, you know, like brothers or sisters. You know,
Exactly.
You grow up and then you don't talk for 5 years, or you know, leave the business, family business for some odd reason.
yeah.
So, and that's what it was. It's like they both Muslim. You know what I mean? They both cut from the same cloth. You know, they both from the streets of Philly. You know what I mean? So, hopefully they can rectify their situation because post boxing, they can be the bridge to a greater Philadelphia in terms of boxing and in terms of inspiring the community.
Yeah, especially since B-Hop has that Golden Boy connection and everything like that.
Yeah,
Philly fighters could sign there and everything. You know, and Philly's a hotbed. You know, we just had J-Rock, Jesse Hart to Top Rank and everything. Gabriel Rosado, even though, you know, his career and everything, still a Philly fighter and everything. So,
Danny Garcia.
Danny Garcia. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of prospects.
Meek Mill.
Yeah. I was talking to, what's his name, Mark? He's from like Knockout News. He helps out Fight Hype and stuff. He's from Philly. And
the white husky dude.
Yeah.
He's cool,
and after the J-Rock thing, he's like, man, Philly keeps taking L's. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, Mark.
Can't spell Philly without 2 L's.
Yeah, right.
Well, was it Bernard? There was someone before Nazim. He worked with Nazim.
He worked with all three of them. Freddie Roach, Nassim.
No, but Nazim was like the second to somebody. What's that guy's name? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't recall.
Is it a tall, thin black guy?
Not tall, but I thought Nazim was like second to somebody, and then he ended up going with Nazim because that guy was older. But I know there's somebody. I can't remember his name. I thought maybe you guys might remember his name, but he stays with long stretches with guys for a while. But yeah, no, it was sad to see them not together, especially when he brought back John David Jackson for the last one, who obviously kind of attributed his loss to his last loss against Sergey, you know. But I mean, regardless of all that, I mean, Saturday is going to be awesome. I can't wait to watch him perform. I've only seen him one time before when he fought Chad Dawson here in LA, and it was the one that ended like
in the second round, everything because of the shoulder situation.
The shoulder thing, yeah. So that was the one.
That was Bernard's shoulder, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, he was.
I'm thinking to myself, I don't think I've ever seen Bernard live. So this is going to be a treat.
Me either.
I kind of feel like I did because I only got like the 2 rounds and that thing happened. So, but
you paid for the ticket that night, huh?
I did, yeah. It was crazy because I didn't pay for the tickets I was sitting at. Yeah. But I was.
That's what happens when an arena is all that packed and everything. You could get lower down.
And what was cool was the undercards of that was Linares versus DeMarco. That's
what DeMarco was good.
Yeah. And DeMarco and Linares was like the next hot thing. Like, you know,
does. He looks great. But when DeMarco was landing shots, you would see like the blood and sweat like fly. Like I was like, oh, like you saw people on the side, like oh, like getting caught with that stuff. But no, it was a great night. So I mean, Saturday, I can't wait. That's gonna be good stuff. That whole card, I'm excited for.
Yeah, the whole card top to bottom, and I love the fact that Golden Boy is actually working with damn near every
That's awesome.
They got Tom Loeffler on it. They got Kathy Duva on it. All they're missing is Aram and BBC.
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a great night for sure.
Yeah, it starts off early. Ivan Delgado's on the card. King Ryan Garcia's on the card.
I want to see him fight.
Yeah, no, you're gonna love him.
Yes,
You're gonna love him.
Really?
He's got that
flair.
He's got that attitude, that swagger in the ring.
Really?
Everything. Dude, the kid
he has it off of the out of the ring too.
35, is it? All right, when I saw him spar, I saw him at the Santa Cruz gym sparring. He was sparring freaking Kamala. Yes.
Really? Oh shit.
So, and he was able to keep him off.
Oh my God, the guy who just beat Solo Corral?
Yes.
That's crazy.
So the dude got skills, man. The kid's got skills. So I'm happy for him. You know, I'm happy.
Chipa's on it too.
Chipa,
I like that kid. Yeah. That's gonna be good. I'm glad Golden Boy's putting all their prospects, kind of giving them one more fight before the end of the year. Got all that.
Well, they're filling up everything because they got the Friday night fight too with Jabronsky and.
I can't wait for that.
At Fantasy Springs.
That's gonna be a good fight.
That is gonna be a great fight. The only thing I hate about
The drive.
yes. Yeah. And then you got Friday. It's gonna be raining here in LA. You know, out here in LA, we don't know how to drive. Right?
That's true.
Yeah, people are just.
We're gonna leave right after the weigh-in. We'll get
there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's just that drive is terrible. That drive is just bad.
What? You want to cut it and do another segment or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
What else are we gonna do?
You gonna wrap this segment up?
Yeah. Go ahead, man. I like the conversation. There's nothing else, but that's pretty much a recap on what's going on with Crawford and the situation. This weekend's fights here in Los Angeles and in Indio, California, against Sullivan Barrera, and Jabronsky is on HBO Latino, starting I believe at 10 p.m. here on the West Coast, 7 p.m. over there on the East Coast. You guys get the live feed, lucky you bastards. You guys get to watch that again on Friday night. Saturday, obviously tune in for a B-Hops fight with Joseph Jr. as the main event, the final one of his career. Joseph Diaz is fighting as the co-main event, and again, the Alexander Usyk fight is going to be bananas. Trust me, you guys will enjoy it. Fernando Pimentel from Behind the Gloves and the Fight Guys saying we'll see you guys at the fights.
Are we gonna do a show before the end of the year, kind of giving like fight of the year, knockout of the year, all that stuff?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Like next week, we are doing Neil Santa Cruz.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Next week, yes, we're going to his gym.
I talked to Dejan.
We'll be back.
At the fight on Saturday. Dejan is like teaching. I'm bad at his name. I'm sorry. Yeah, Dejan is like teaching me, but he I'd asked him if you know I could come to the gym and stuff. He said cool. So where's the gym at? In Long Beach. Cool. Dejan, nice to meet you. We should go out there. We should. I think every number though. He's a WBC champion. Yeah. He's a beast.
He is a beast.
That fight's gonna be good. What are we talking about next?
That much respect.
Yeah.
WBC champion. Freaking Mikey loves the fight, so why not, right? Pass me a Chips Ahoy. Like, you got prime real estate because you got the Chips Ahoy on one side and you got the chips on the other one. Fred got to ask you for the chips. I got to ask for the Chips Ahoy. Like, you got prime real estate there. And usually I'm the one in the middle.
Oh shit, Craig Sager passed away.
No! No!
No.
No!
That
Fuck.
On the Thursday.
On a
wow.
TNT Thursday.
Jesus Christ. I'm out there my boy up because he loves that guy. Well, you guys want to talk about that right now? We don't talk basketball, but we can, you know.
I love it.
Damn, man.
What did he have, lymphoma?
Yeah, cancer, bro. Yeah, like.
No, but well, lymphoma is cancer.
Yeah, but it was just like, damn, man.
Damn, that sucks. Damn. That's rough.
Oh, man. What's the next time?
Nobody something to talk about right now. I'm just looking at this whole Craig Sager situation. That sucks, bro.
That's crazy. What else can we talk about?
Mm-hmm.
We could. Well, I think is it
Earl Spence and
Yeah.
Brown.
Being ordered by WBC. The heck was that?
Fish Sutter.
That sucks, man. Craig Sager was gone.
Yeah. The last, yeah.
Yeah, we've lost way too many people this year. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Fight Guys. I am Bernard Hopkins from BehindTheGloves.com and obviously the Fight Guys YouTube channel. With me, the returning crew up.
Steven Cordeño, KO Artist Sports on YouTube, and bringing it to you live right now, and anything else I can. So follow us all for live content for sure.
And further call on with barbershop conversations.
Now let's talk about the WBC convention that just happened in Miami earlier this week and just finished actually. A lot of good news coming out of there. Obviously, we have the ordered fight by the WBC for Earl Spence versus Tim Bradley Jr. And the winner of that fight gets Amir Khan. I still don't know how that's actually a prize, but you know, Earl Spence, all of us are high on him. Timothy Bradley Jr. Always a great fighter, always in a great fight, and I just don't see this fight happening though. I know Earl's doing the whole IBF thing with Kell Brook.
I was going to say, yeah.
So how did the WBC come up with this decision to get this fight going? I don't see the mathematics working out of the logistics and everything, but it's an interesting fight. Bradley versus Spence. At the end of the day, it's one of those fantasy fights that we all wanted to see.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, if it were to get made, it'd be awesome. I'd love to watch it. I'd love to cover it for sure. Did you guys get to talk to Spence while he was here?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a chance to talk to him. But yeah, he seemed like he was a little more, from the interviews I saw, was more kind of focused on the Kell Brook fight. Obviously, this was just ordered, so maybe he didn't know much about it. But I think it's better for Spence than it is for Bradley. I don't know. I mean, I guess who else would Bradley fight, right? I mean, you could rematch Jesse Vargas, I guess. He could rematch Jesse Vargas, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to think what else. A long time ago. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess it's good for both of them. I could see Tim Bradley being the guy he is.
Won 9 rounds.
Yeah, I totally agree. But I'm just trying to think, like, you know, Top Rank tends to keep top rank fighters fighting top rank fighters. So, so I mean, yeah, no, I love it on paper. Like, I love to watch it. I love to watch it happen. I know it would be kind of billed as that like young lion versus like the old veteran thing, but I mean, even if whoever loses, I don't think loses much. I mean, I think they're both. I don't know. They're both high quality guys at the time.
It's not whoever loses. It's Tim Bradley loses.
It also depends on how they lose too.
With all due respect. Girl, you know what? It's literally like fighting Russell Westbrook as a boxer. Like he will exert more than you. He will go further than you. You know, he's just Earl Spence is a monster, man.
Yeah, Earl Spence is the 140 Terrence Crawford. I'm 147 Terrence Crawford. That's exactly who he is. You know, that kid is amazing. Dude, come on, he did what Keith Thurman couldn't do. He knocked out Bundu.
And Bundu's a hard guy to knock out because Bundu got knocked down in the first and second round by Keith Thurman.
And then it was
10 rounds. Yeah, he's like, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. No more of that. And then he knocked out Chris Algieri.
No, rolled him over. Like, it wasn't even. It was like a storm coming through. Like, and you look back and the houses are gone, the kids are gone, the first row is gone. I mean, Chris Algieri was like, I'm Timothy Bradley, I go and find Andre Berto real quick.
Yeah.
Sean Porter real quick. Hell yeah. You're not about to propel this young guy on your behalf.
Right. Yeah.
And Timothy Bradley, he doesn't get credit for how great of a boxer he is.
Oh,
he's amazing.
He's a technician in the ring.
He beat Palmer Marquez.
I was there.
Yeah.
Knocked him down.
Boxing.
Knocked
Yeah.
him down in the late rounds.
12th, I think.
No,
No, he didn't knock him down. He rocked him in the 12th with the left hand. Considering, everybody says that Tim's not a heavy puncher.
I thought he
rocked
rocked him down.
No,
I thought he put the glove down.
No, I didn't.
I remember it was bad though. I remember.
Oh, that was bad. It was a bad shot. Yeah.
But I don't fight no Earl Spence. I mean, Timothy Bradley is a hell of a boxer, but doesn't have the power of a 147 guy, and he really hasn't been the same since Joel Diaz. I don't care what you say about Timothy Bradley, but the Joel Diaz beat Manny Pacquiao the first time. He beat him. This is
On paper.
On paper. Second fight, didn't get knocked out, went to decision, didn't get knocked down. He got knocked down 2 or 3 times by Manny Pacquiao.
In the third fight.
In the third fight. So Brandon Rios was a dead man walking that fight by his own admission. So the jury is still out on whether Teddy Atlas is good for him as opposed to Joel Diaz. You know what I mean? Because if you look at it on paper, it's like, oh, Teddy Atlas, great sound bites, but in the ring, the results are still pending. You know what I mean?
That's a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, because you're right, because Brandon himself said that, I mean, he was, 60 pounds overweight or something
Yeah,
like that?
that's what he said.
Yeah, he just wasn't. And yeah, and I guess I attributed a little more to Pacquiao, but I mean, I attributed Pacquiao's performance being the best against Bradley to Pacquiao, but I mean, you make a good point. The only difference, the only difference was Atlas, and he did. He knocked him down a bunch of times, which he hadn't done before.
Mm-hmm.
So,
because Timothy Bradley's strength should be stronger now because Pacquiao was a little bit older.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you see Timothy Bradley trailing. You know what I mean? He should be. I mean,
they should
as close to equal.
Closer,
Yeah,
right.
you know what I mean? Because of age.
Right.
Age is discrepancy. So, Timothy Bradley, no way in hell he gets in the ring. If he gets in the ring with Earl Spence, sheesh. I'll be press row.
Yeah. I just want Spence to get one of those, like Kell Brook, Bradley, some
Thurman, Garcia, somebody, a name,
because he is the real deal. He should be in the casual boxing fan's mind with those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we got a lot of that fight against, was it Bundu was the one after the USA game?
Yep.
Yeah. And that got a lot of
4 million people.
Yeah.
6.6. That was strategically planned.
Yeah, it was a good call too. I thought, but yeah, if you guys don't know who he is, he's the real deal, and I can't wait to see the kid just get a shot. I just want him to get a shot. I'd honestly prefer it to be against Kell Brook though. So I think it's a bigger name. I think he'll probably get. I think if he beats Kell Brook,
it's been a movie longer.
Right, and I think if he beats Kell Brook, it's a little more like I'm here now. You guys got to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
he beat Keith Thurman.
Right, you know what I mean? Like I think
not Keith Thurman.
Sean Porter. Yeah. So I think it's a little more like I don't need to call people anymore. Like I'm the people are calling out. You know what I mean? So I think if he beats Bradley, people might just kind of take that as, oh, Bradley just lost to Pacquiao. You know, even though he shouldn't, because Bradley's is like you said.
Bradley's only lost to Pacquiao.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So it shouldn't be that way. But I think people might be like, oh well, Bradley's older. Blah, blah. They might just attribute that more to Bradley than they should be giving the credit to Keith or to Spence.
Yeah, he beat Gonzalez off in his prime. So I'm not discrediting Timothy Bradley at all, but
Mauricio Herrera beat Brock. Yeah, think about it that way. Think about what Mauricio Herrera is right now at the moment.
Yeah, but that fight was nuts though.
Yeah, that's the fight. Everybody thought Bradley was just gonna run circles around him and everything. No, he came a brawl, and that was fight of the year that year.
But that fight gets made, man. Damn.
Yeah, we'll be there for sure.
Heck yeah, we'll be there.
Yes.
That might be a suck up though. That may not be a Vegas fight because Timothy Bradley don't sell tickets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's from California.
Yeah, he's from California, Earl Spence.
Texas.
Yeah. That might be a California fight. So that's definitely a suck up. I don't think that's a Vegas fight.
What did What did Spence talk to you guys about?
Kell Brook and about people avoiding him. He basically said he's avoiding me. You know, like, come on, let's fight. He's making excuses. He had a faking. I'm paraphrasing what he says, or analyzing what he said, I should say. He had a fake injury. He got 60 more days, but now it's time to fight. He don't put up a shut up, and that's where he's at.
I was blessed to actually be in the conversation with Ken Porter, Sean Porter, and Earl Spence talking about that fight, and how even they feel that he just doesn't want it. He doesn't want that fight.
But you can tell by his opponents.
Yeah, exactly. And they were like, and Spence is like, I have no problem traveling to the UK. I'll fight him over there. I have no issue with it, you know? Just
he did.
Let's keep going. Let's just get the fight going. He has no problem. So it goes to show to Earl's confidence on how he believes and what he believes that he is going to beat Kell Brook. It's just things need to get made. And again, we got until what, February 25th for it to get made, or
Damn, really?
Or after that it goes to first bid.
Well,
that long?
We got a big one today because that's another story. But Triple G Monday goes to first bid. They don't agree.
Who? Triple G and Jacobs?
Yeah.
Oh,
Really? Good. That needs to happen already.
that needs to happen for real. Like, Triple G needs. I'm sorry because. Sorry for Danny Jacobs.
Really? You think
Yeah,
he just rolls through him?
I don't say he rolls through him. I think it's gonna be Triple G's probably hardest fight ever. But at the end of the day, the outcome's still gonna be the same. I don't think it's 112.
You don't think it's 112?
I
think
think
that
late rounds.
I mean,
They both got knockout streaks now.
I was gonna say since James like
23 or
8-0
something like that. Yeah.
and
something
8
like that.
knockouts since his
Is it
last loss, or 8-0. Well, I know it's like 100% knockout ratio and wins since what was that guy's name?
Start with a P.
Pure.
Pirog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm sad we didn't get to see much more of him, but I think using that fight as a as a scale. I mean, it's like an Eastern European style. Obviously, he was a power puncher. I mean, obviously, Kid Chocolate, he beat the shit out of Kid Chocolate. Danny did, but yeah, you know, it was the first round.
Congrats to Peter on the kid.
Yeah,
congrats to Peter and his wife having.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Today?
No, they had it on the 13th, 2 days ago.
Yeah, congratulations.
Peter pulling on that one.
But yeah, kind of using that as a guide. And I mean, like Sergio Mora dropped Jacobs.
That was, you know.
No, that was a flash for sure.
Yeah, that was
Well, and he got a fine. But I don't know, man. It just Triple G is. There's a reason why everyone avoids him, and I mean, I know there was like an issue that he wanted another fight in between again, and WBA is like, all right, that's enough. Like you're fighting him or you're giving him your belt, which is good because someone needs to fight him already. But I hope he gets paid for sure because.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a 75-25.
That's the issue he has.
But if they can't negotiate the fight, Al Heyman, Showtime will buy the fight.
Oh yeah, they will.
And now what HBO gonna do with Triple G?
Exactly.
That's the big dilemma.
His exclusive contract and everything.
Yeah.
That's kind of the same thing with Joshua and Klitschko right now. Joshua and Klitschko, they're being bidded on by HBO and Showtime, even though Joshua has the Showtime contract. So it's like, what is Showtime going to do there?
But I don't think that's a pay-per-view fight. That's just a big.
So they're going to make us pay for it, though. They are going to make us pay for Danny Jacobs versus.
Really?
Yes. I can guarantee you 1,000% that if Jacobs Golovkin gets made, that's going to be a pay-per-view fight. They're going to make us pay for it. The good thing is this, at least, Tom Loeffler understands and everything. He prices the pay-per-view accordingly. So it'll probably be $50, which is, I say it's a relatively good price and everything. Yeah, like most pay-per-views right now are 75 on HD and everything like that. So yeah, $50, I'm game for it. I'm cool with it.
I just give us a good undercard though.
Well, the last time they gave us Chocolatito versus Valoria, which is a good undercard.
Yeah.
Now it'll be like.
That'll probably be Usyk.
That'd be cool.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
You bring Chocolatito back because according to them, they've already in the WBC convention, Cuellar versus Quadras versus Chocolatito.
Supposedly it was set.
It's a rematch.
Something
It's set for
yeah.
like March or something. So yeah. So like I said, there's a lot of things there's a lot of things that came out of that WBC convention.
What else came out of there?
Their fighter of the year or the fight of the year was
that's right,
Salido versus Vargas according to WBC. It's the WBC, that's why. Thurman Porter was WBA, so that's why they couldn't really give it that. And was Santa Cruz versus Frampton WBC as well?
Yeah, Leo had WBC.
Yeah. So they gave it to Francisco Vargas versus Romano
That's fair. I mean, it's not a bad.
I mean, it's right there. Yeah, it's top.
It's top 2, 3 this year. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Just depends on your pick. But I think that was a good one. Prospect of the year. We already talked about Jojo Diaz. I thought there was something else that kind of came out of there that I was surprised about.
Not that I recall. Just so that
The Muhammad Ali statue, I saw that.
The Muhammad Ali statue.
That was pretty dope.
The Floyd.
Yeah.
Didn't you put that up on your channel?
Yeah,
the Floyd reaction to the statue.
That
statue was pretty cool.
I wish I could see it. I know Floyd was like, I want to buy this something. Yeah, I mean, like, I put this somewhere in my house.
As soon as you walk in, it's right there.
Yeah,
Floyd's been on. He's been heavy on.
Oh yeah. Hold on. We'll talk about that in a minute too. That's a nice little subject. Just wrap this up again. Talking about Spence and what happened at the WBC convention that they ordered Spence versus Thurman. I mean Spence versus Bradley, even though he's dealing with the IBF situation. According to the WBC, Quadras and Chocolatito was set for March. And the fights of the year, according to the WBC, was Salido versus Vargas. Anything else you guys got to add about this WBC convention?
No, I wish it was there.
I wish it was here in Cali.
You know where it's gonna be next year?
No.
Triple G's hometown.
Kazakhstan? Yeah, that's right. They're doing the world there. Yep.
Wow.
That's right. And Loeffler said it a couple weeks back. That's right. I completely forgot about that. WBC convention. Come on, your offices are here in LA. What's up? Give us some damn love. Nancy, you need to talk to us. All right. For other people for the Fight Guys and Behind the Gloves.
Stephen from KO Artist Sports on YouTube.
And Frederick Hoffman with Barbershop Conversations.
So we'll see you guys at the fights. All right, now let's talk about this whole Triple G, Canelo situation, and what were you about? Oh yeah, Floyd Conor, and then we'll end it there.
Oh, that's good. Triple G Canelo, that's good.
Fuck, man, Craig Sager, man. I'm still on that. That sucks, bro. That guy was such a fucking inspiration. Did he not just win the award on ESPN? The ESPYs, did he not just win that Jimmy V thing?
I would think he would.
Mind you, that would mean this is the second person in 3 years that has won the Jimmy V award and died the same year.
Robin Roberts still alive.
Yeah, but Stuart Scott won it and died that same year.
Stuart Scott died. Sure did.
He won it and died that same year.
He died on Sunday when the Cowboys were playing the Giants.
Yep.
I remember.
That's crazy. Yeah. Sugar Ray Leonard was at.
I like Robin Roberts.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Sugar Ray Leonard was at the Rock yesterday.
Yeah, he was. That's good.
We're talking Canelo.
We're talking Canelo, Triple G, Oscar De La Hoya. I'm cooking ESPN's first take, putting up his promoter's license and everything. And then we'll get into Floyd Mayweather talking shit about Conor McGregor.
Right.
All right, let's go. You know, I like the fact that YouTube Live is actually getting all this outtake shit.
Yeah.
Take a seat and we'll start going. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Fight Guys. Today we're talking about what happened yesterday on ESPN's First Take. Oscar De La Hoya was obviously on there promoting Bernard Hopkins versus Joe Smith this weekend to everybody, the ESPN viewers, to watch it on HBO. But obviously, Stephen A. Smith and, of course, Max Kellerman on HBO could not contain themselves and had to put Oscar on the spot straight up. And
So he's not talking to us.
no, now I know why he didn't talk to us. It makes perfect sense now. But they put him on the spot. They asked about Triple G versus Canelo. And Oscar, being Oscar, straight up said, I will put up my promoter's license and guarantee you guys that September 2017, Triple G and Canelo will fight at 160. Now, even beyond that, there's some news that Chavez Jr. and Canelo are in talks for May for a 165-pound fight. So, before we talk about Chavez Jr. and Canelo, let's talk about what Oscar said and your percentage on believing that that fight is actually going to happen September 2017, as Oscar promised.
I I could see it happening in September. I wouldn't be completely surprised if they pushed it to May of 2018. But even I actually have talked to Oscar recently, just like about a month ago, and he actually told me the same thing. He said that yeah, it's going to happen next year. That he wants it to happen. And I don't know. Seeing him and Tom yesterday, they didn't seem like there was any tension. They seemed real, like they were happy to be working together. I think it's just they're just doing what they have to do, talking to us, giving us what we need, kind of keep teasing it. They'll both kind of come up with stories on why it isn't going on or whatever. And I honestly think it's kind of all but done. They're just trying to figure out, is it either going to be September or May of are we going to have to wait a whole another year and a half or so? But I definitely see it happening. Who's going to take the more dangerous fights? I mean, it seems like maybe Triple G is with the Jacobs fight. I don't know how dangerous opponents Canelo's going to take kind of leading up to it, but I think they both know that's the mega fight. That's the money maker. That's the one that obviously everyone's been waiting for. So hopefully it happens. I don't know. I guess I could see September, but like I said, I wouldn't be completely surprised if it's May and we just kind of keep getting, oh, they don't want to sign this. Well, we offered them this. They don't want, kind of the Pacquiao Mayweather situation, just not as long.
If it does happen in May, you realize that Oscar's giving up his promoter's license, right?
Your thoughts? You're right. I see it 50-50. I mean, Oscar's great at massaging media. He was backed into a corner. He said, "Let me get out of here." So I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna give you what you need, and we're gonna end this interview." No matter what he says, how many times do boxers lie? I'm in great shape. It's gonna be the best fight of my life. What you saw 2 years ago, I'm better, but I'm 36 years old. That doesn't work. So same thing holds true here. They're gonna test him out in May at 160, see how he feels. If he feels they punch too hard, he'll find his way back to 154. I mean, that's just the reality of it, And what was great about that show is that now they're both in the boxing business. They're not just personalities talking about sports. Max Kellerman is in boxing heavy, and Stephen A. Smith is a novice right now in boxing, but he's officially gotten a check doing a boxing job. So now they were able to come with him in terms of boxing knowledge. And they used Oscar's strength against him. You never ducked anybody.
Right.
Although you never won a big fight per se, but you never ducked anybody, and when will you unleash Canelo? Because it looked like they were basically in a nutshell saying, Oscar, you're holding this fight up. What you gonna do about it?
Right.
And the boxing fans know, and you say September 17th, we expect September 17th. So now they're going to hold him to it. And Canelo will come up with a fake injury if they don't want it to happen. But he can't lose that date, though. So that's the catch.
Right. Yeah.
No way Canelo can lose the May and September date. It can't happen. It's too much money to be made on that date. And more importantly, like people like me, I've already booked my room for May. Like my room is already booked and everything because I know there's a fight that weekend.
I'm saying with you is what
you're saying. Yeah, you're saying with me. Yeah. So that's just the end of the deal. I'm 50-50 on whether it happens or not.
I'm hopeful it happens. I like the fact that, obviously when we first did the first episode of the Fight Guys, we did it right after Canelo Smith. And I'm the one that said that I felt that Max Kellerman, the way he was pressing him was somewhat disrespectful. The way they did it on this show was a tad bit different. And I actually enjoyed the way they did it. And I'm very, very positive that it more than likely will happen in September. I'm praying it does because obviously it's the fight that all fight fans want. Now, are the fight fans going to do what they did last time and not order it like they did the last two fights that they wanted? Of course,
buying it twice.
Exactly. Let's just hope Conor was on a better undercard this time.
And you know what? That's one that I feel has so much of the build-up. I mean, I was disappointed that Pacquiao Mayweather didn't have like a great undercard. I mean, you did get stars though. Leo Santa Cruz was on it. Was it Lomachenko on it?
Lomachenko was the governor.
So
and Leo Santa Cruz was the co-main
like
event.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool seeing like stars. Maybe you're not fighting anybody great, but you still get a taste of like, hey, this is what this guy is, and especially with the fight that big, But I mean, hopefully it's still good. But man, I mean that built up to that fight alone, like as much as it's kind of crazy because it's you really feel like, I guess it's true. I don't know. Maybe this is weird, but like Triple G literally has kind of like the fans in his corner as far as like, look, I want to fight. Like I want to fight him. He doesn't want to fight me. And unfortunately, I feel like Canelo in his heart feels kind of the same way. But I think it was a smart business decision.
Canelo's not afraid.
Right? No, not
afraid.
Not at all. Yeah. And I think he's just, unfortunately, he has to kind of be like, well, we offered it to him. Kind of just do the promoter thing, which I feel like obviously he doesn't really want to do. But because he's the same way, he really is like, yeah, I want to fight him too. Like, who's the best guy? Okay, I want to fight that guy. Who's next? Who's the next?
I think he's that way.
You know what I mean?
I genuinely believe he's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. So, I can't wait to.
But if Canelo loses and upsets Golden Boy, whew, Jesus Christ.
Well, I guess it
depends on how
he
loses that one, because when he lost to Mayweather, he was still young.
Yeah, that's Mayweather.
Yeah, exactly. But then at the end of the day, the way you just said it, it's Mayweather. If he loses to Triple G, that's pretty much what we're all expecting.
Like if he gets
no, because his fans, no matter what, thought he was going to beat Mayweather. I don't care what you say. We were there. Remember? We were there. There was this one Mexican dude who was literally sitting in front of me, almost trying to fight me. Remember?
When we were on top?
Yep.
When we were on top.
Yeah, because
that's when we met.
Yeah, that's when we met. So his fans believe he was going to be Mayweather. They're going to believe he's going to be Triple G, but if Triple G beats him, the majority of everybody.
I think Triple G washes it.
That's exactly
just cutting the ring off on him.
But that's what I honestly, genuinely believe that's what fans expect. Triple G to wash him. And so if he loses that way, I don't think he's going to take that big of a hit.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, I don't know. We've had Manny Pacquiao got slapped by Marquez. You know what I mean? And yeah, his next fight was in China against Brandon Rios and whatever. I don't remember what those numbers were, but once he got the win, it was like he was back. You know what I mean? And back on HBO, back on all that. So, I mean, I just think it depends on how he loses.
Sure.
If he were to lose,
that's fair.
But I mean, I mean, as much as I agree with you guys, I think Triple G should be favored. After seeing Kell Brook kind of put hands on Triple G, I mean, if those hands are coming, Canelo's speed is I would say pretty similar. You know what I mean? His speed is right there, and the power is behind it. So if he starts landing like Kell Brook was, we have a fight. You know what I mean? So
he has good punch variation too.
Yeah. Put him to the body. Shot selection, exactly. Yeah. So
he knows how to take breaks in between, how to move around. That way he doesn't have to throw punches, not exert extra energy that he doesn't need to. Does really good work. Honestly, Canelo to me is an underrated.
He's a good fighter.
He does great work, but he hasn't been in the fight in threat of being knocked down in 2 years.
And and here's the one thing, honestly, too. We all think of Canelo as one of the best ones out there right now. But think about everybody that we've seen in the past. Floyd Mayweather, not counting Triple G, Floyd Mayweather, Shane Mosley, Oscar De La Hoya, Felix Trinidad, Fernando Vargas, even Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. All of the great names that we could think of right now, they've all been in at least one dogfight. We have not seen that from Triple G yet. We have not seen that from Canelo yet. This could be their dogfight. We're expecting more of a dogfight on Canelo this time, but it's like they need that one dogfight.
I wish Canelo was still.
He's getting better.
He is getting better.
He's getting better.
Man, that would be epic.
Canelo's getting better.
Asking questions, man, and getting this organic reaction.
Yeah, but obviously his Spanish is where it's completely.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, you can interview him.
Yeah, but his English is getting way better than it was a few years ago.
This last time when we were at the workout, we'd ask him stuff in English, he would just start answering.
In Spanish, though.
Yeah, in Spanish, yeah. But I mean, he understood enough to kind of.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And he has personality too.
That's what I know. That's what I know.
Like you want to be like.
He's a playboy kind of.
Yeah. You can see it. He loses the charisma, and then Triple G's like the silent assassin. He just shows up, says what he says, and that's it.
His ring walks like that.
Yeah. I can imagine him doing it around.
Oh, that was the best. Yeah. He walked around the whole place. And, yeah,
stuff up. He walked around the entire stuff up.
He did?
Yeah, like the top and then the bottom. I think it did.
What fight was that?
That was against Rubio.
I missed that fight. I didn't go to that.
Yeah, and I can see him doing that down the stadium.
Wait a minute, he started at the top?
No. He went from like where they enter, but he did the ring
The
walk
stuff
all
on
the
the
way
top
around.
is like right there, but yeah,
He did it all the way around.
The ring?
Mhm.
Yeah, on the floor with the fence. Did it all the way around.
Really?
Yep.
I remember thinking like, what's taking him so long? I've been to this place because I was watching it on TV and I was like, I've been to this place. Why is it like get over there already? Like, what are you doing?
Right?
But I don't know, man. This fight just-
Triple G has a lot of personality too. I think his English also is getting better. But if you talk to him off camera and stuff like that, I think maybe being on camera maybe gets a little.
I've never spoken to him on camera.
Oh really? Yeah, I'm just kind of he'll engage you a little bit more and kind of blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean maybe Golden Boy's waiting for Canelo to speak better English. We can start doing interviews. Maybe that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Eureka!
We just solved it right now.
We just solved the mystery.
That's why I waiting for him to answer questions in English so they can really solve it.
Oh man, but okay, you know what? Let's talk about that. The whole English Spanish thing because Felix Trinidad always fought American and everything like that, but never learned English. And one of the main reasons I've always heard was because he wanted to keep it 100% authentic with his Puerto Rican people. You know what I'm saying? So is that maybe what kind of held back Canelo a little bit? Like just not learning English for a while and then finally just being pushed to it? Because I know Roberto Zurdo Ramirez, his English is way better. You speak to him at Manny Pacquiao versus Vargas, his English compared to now, to like about a year and a half ago, his English is amazing.
I don't know. It's a different time. I mean, when Trinidad, you only see him after the fight or like in news spots and things like that. Like now, with social media, like you have access to these guys all the time. So, and it just broadens your audience. You know what I mean? Like if you speak English, all these people who only speak English now want to, okay, hey, this guy speaks English. Let me see what he says. Like, I get, Chavez did the same thing, only spoke Spanish. Trinidad, obviously. And I think for the time it worked, and I get the authenticity of it, and kind of like, well, I'm staying close to my roots, and this is who I am, and all that. But I just think it's a different time. I think, to have more access to kind of let more people in, to kind of get more fans. I think
that's the important thing.
You know what it is. I think you need to kind of speak English, especially. I mean, everyone in the world comes to the United States to box. Like this is the country for boxing.
There's no money in Russia, like people say. No money in other
countries. Right. Yeah, like all these Ukrainian fighters. Well, heavyweights, but yeah, it's like all these guys come here, and so it's like, well, the main language here is English. So yeah, the what?
Remain. I'm sorry, I fucked up.
No.
Oh, okay, no, Remain Severns in 1.4.
Oh,
same.
Like a D-level heavyweight. 1.4 mil ticket.
Yep. Damn. That's. He's getting more than he did against Wilder, and he was the champ.
Yeah.
How much did he get against Wilder?
I don't know. I don't recall, but it was less than that.
Damn.
Seems like more.
Mm-hmm.
We have to expect finally to close out Triple G versus Canelo, and honestly, we've been talking about this fight for what? In group wise, we've been talking about it in September, but media wise, between all of us, when we've seen each other and everything, it's been over a year now. We've been talking.
Probably since the Canelo weight occurred.
Yeah.
And but how do you drop? See, how do you throw? Excuse me, not throw away. How do you give up the Mexican belt, the WBC belt? How do you give that up? Like, I mean, it's like me saying, I don't know. I can't compare it. There's no black belt, or there's like, I don't know. But
I think the IBF is black.
It's a black belt.
But I know what you mean.
It's like, it's so much pride in having that belt.
Chavez had that belt.
The head office is in Mexico City. The president is a proud Mexican. His dad was a proud Mexican. And it's great to carry that lineage, But we'll see if it ever comes to fruition. But they did say in May, I spoke to Mike Gomez. I interviewed him yesterday.
Eric Gomez.
I get them all confused, man. I don't know why. It's like the Watson brothers, right? But I know them. I'm saying I see other people.
Yeah.
Just interpret who they are. But they said 164. Chavez Jr.
Yeah.
And I broke that story, not boxing cities. No, but
Boxing
I know because I interviewed him yesterday, and he told me on camera that they're definitely in negotiations for that fight. And some fans are like, God damn, but at the end of the day, there are fights that has to be made. Like the rematch of Victor Ortiz, Andre Berto. What sense does it make in the grand scheme of boxing? But these are fights that have to be made. Molina, Ariola, that fight has to get made. You know what I mean? It makes no sense to anyone else. Kell Brooks, Amir Khan. It has to it has to be made. And I think Brandon Rios Ortiz fight has to get made.
Oh, yeah, that fight is boiling.
Yeah, you know. And Chavez Jr. and Canelo, the fight that has to be made. You know, I want to see the fight. I mean, would I prefer it over Triple G? Nah, not even close. Yeah. Not even close. But if he's the preliminary guy,
especially on Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, on Cinco de Mayo. If he's the preliminary guy,
I'll take that all day.
I'll take that all day. I'll pay you $75 for that.
Yeah. But we'll be there. So which is good.
Yeah.
I'll be at I probably won't be there. I'll be at Dallas. Oh, yeah. I'm only going to Dallas for Triple G. I have my own issue.
Yeah, we no, you don't like the Cowboys.
I hate the Cowboys. So I'm not going to that fight. But Triple G, Canelo, I'll put fight.
You know, it's sad you're right though. Canelo might actually fight Chavez in Texas. They will feel that motherfucker out.
Everything. I just thought about as we're talking about, like, look at all the middleweight champions Triple G has had to wait for. I want to say you probably start with Sergio Martinez. Sergio was like, no. then Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto was like, you're coming to like 55 or nothing. And then now, you know, Canelo, like, I mean, now he's the man at 160, but you know what I mean? It's like, that's how many guys who are like, pass. You know what I mean? Like, that's how dangerous the guy is. But yeah, I like that preliminary fight, Chavez Jr. versus.
No, that's a fun fight.
Yeah.
Chavez Jr. I don't know what he's gonna say because I can't understand him, but I'm
going.
Oh,
no, he speaks English. Chavez Jr. speaks English.
Really?
Yeah.
When did that come about?
For the Pura fight, I interviewed him when he was being trained by Joe Goosen. Spoke amazing English. His English is really good now. So I'm like,
he talks shit too.
Yeah, he talks shit.
That's what I know.
Yeah.
He looks like he's talking shit.
Yeah.
I feel like he's
angry.
body language.
Right. Yeah.
Body language.
Yeah.
You know, he's talking shit.
He's not saying he's a great fighter when he's like,
yeah. Oh man, that would be fun because he would be ready for that fight.
Boxing fans, Canelo fans, Triple G fans, 2017 might actually be the year we finally get it. But in between that time, we might actually get good fights. Again, there's Triple G versus Jacobs. We're talking about Canelo versus Chavez Jr. maybe. So, you know, you might actually get some great action from these two guys before we even see them fight each other. And honestly, that would be amazing. Especially considering how the year 2016 has been. You know, we've got great fights for him doing the swing and everything, but to get those fights like that, yeah, it'll be great, especially considering these are the two guys we want to see in the ring. Because come on, we had Pacquiao versus Algeria before Pacquiao versus Floyd.
Our partner licks his fingers and then puts his hand in the bag.
Yeah, that's why I'm not reaching for the chip.
How does that work?
I didn't even come back.
How does that work? You can take that bag with you. Who does that?
They told me. I didn't realize I was doing it.
Again, we were saying that it's just hopefully we get that because again, before Pacquiao Floyd, we got Pacquiao Algeria. That wasn't a fight we wanted to see. But we might get Canelo versus Chavez. We want to see that.
I want to see that.
We want to see Triple G versus Jacob. You know what I'm saying? So we might actually get good things coming up and everything. So we can just hope that, right? Conversation.
Oh, thank you. You sound great using my voice. Barbershop conversations, pressure conference.
Steve and KR in sports.
The finger looking good.
Finger, yeah. This is not my bag.
Their finger looking good. You sick bastard. I didn't realize I was doing that. You sick bastard. Oh my God. I'm so good at number one. Lloyd talking shit about Connor.
He's going like super hard on Connor.
Hey man, I'm people talking shit. Connor's a shit talker. Who the fuck is that guy?
That's him for real.
Who the fuck is that guy? McGregor.
That sounds like.
Floyd Mayweather ain't got nothing on me. Conor McGregor.
That's good. You got like a lot of stuff. You got 5 segments.
Well, KO could cut him up. He's gonna put it on his laptop anyways. Let's just get into this final one. This one will be short.
What, Floyd?
Floyd McGregor.
All yours.
All yours, buddy.
All yours, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another finger-licking good edition of the Thefightguys. With me, as always, the food critic.
KOR Sports on YouTube.
And
Your name is that?
Steven Cook.
and Frederick Hawthorne barbershop conversation.
It's obvious you can't get over this whole WBC convention that happened in Miami. Nancy, bring it to LA already. Come on. But Floyd Mayweather was there, obviously. He was amazed, as you stated earlier, by the Muhammad Ali statue. But the one thing that just can't escape Floyd Mayweather is this whole Conor McGregor situation. And Floyd has been on Instagram going ham. Instagram live, going ham on Conor. Like, he's posting videos of Conor McGregor being choked out and tapped out by a.
That's right. He did that.
He just did that. And he's just literally going at it, you know? He's going at it with McGregor. And he said, if I'm quoting him correctly, stop talking to him about me. No matter what, I'll slap him in the face.
Yeah, he's like, I'll slap the shit out of him.
When I see him.
See him. So it's like, how can Floyd not escape this? Again, we all know McGregor signed their contract with UFC. UFC, I don't think will ever let any of their fighters that signed the contract fight in a boxing match or anything. So why is it that Floyd just can't seem to escape this guy?
I mean, well, obviously the whole thing with Conor getting a boxing license, I think, brought it to fruition again. I want to say, wasn't Floyd the first one to kind of say McGregor's name when he said, like, oh, the only name I'm looking at is Conor McGregor, like, kind of all that. So, I mean, I think McGregor just
actually, he posted it on his social media platforms, a picture of him and Conor McGregor facing each other.
Floyd did.
Yeah,
right?
Floyd did. He said, I released that.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
And I remember he even saying, like, oh, some of the rumors you guys are hearing, like,
It's from me.
I'm putting out. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Everything Floyd does is very calculated, very, there's a reason behind it for sure. So, I don't know if it's just to kind of promote whoever he thinks he's going to fight next. Just to kind of, obviously they're the 2 biggest names in fight sports right now. So, they're going to keep talking about each other to kind of keep themselves even more relevant. I don't know. The whole Instagram posting, I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of that. It was just, I guess, just you're showing a guy choking Conor McGregor out, and then you're standing on the ring like with your arms crossed. So you're gonna say, who?
Give credit for Diaz for choking.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. But I think, like, I guess my thing with that was like, well, if you were willing to fight him in the octagon, then yeah, like post some shit like that, like yeah, like standing there, like yeah, I do the same thing, kind of a thing. But you're not gonna do that. So everyone knows you're not gonna do that. Everyone knows you're not gonna go into the octagon. Like, and that's something I think. I don't think. I don't know. I don't know if fight fans are giving enough credit to Conor McGregor for that. But the fact that he says, like, yeah, like I'll go into his world. You know what I mean? Like I'll do what he does. I think people maybe put a little too much on, like, well, you fight stand up, so maybe you have a little better chance or whatever. Like maybe that's true, but if like stand up in MMA and stand up in boxing or just boxing is completely different. So so the fact that he's willing to do that, I think says a lot, about him. But I mean, regardless, I really don't think this fight. I think it's a lot of money, so it's kind of one of those things where there's so much money that how can they not do it? Kind of like Pacquiao Mayweather. It's like eventually happen, but I think they're just kind of trolling each other and just kind of using each other's name to promote whatever they both got going next. That's how I see it.
Well, I hope the fight. Well, I'm doing this for selfish reasons because when Floyd's next fight, we're releasing the film. So whatever, So what it's called Agent Point, in case you don't know. So whatever.
No, go ahead.
Whatever.
Later.
Okay. Whenever this fight occurs, we're going to put the movie on video on demand, and then we'll have MMA fans watching it, ordering it. We'll have boxing fans ordering it. So from a selfish perspective, I want to move 100,000 units.
Oh yeah.
$10, $12 a piece. That's $1.2 million. So I'm hoping this fight happens. I want him to fight two people. Manny Pacquiao or Conor McGregor. I don't want him to fight Danny Garcia next. But more important, we need to see Floyd Mayweather in the ring because he's going to promote the movie as well as promote the fight. So, which would be amazing. Which would be probably the biggest. No, not probably. Will be the biggest check I've ever gotten in my life. Literally, if Floyd Mayweather comes back and fights again. So take either one of them out. And I genuinely hope the fight happens. You know, so we have to sit back and wait and see. It's totally up to Floyd. The irony about it, it's totally up to Floyd Mayweather. The reason why I say it's totally up to Floyd Mayweather is because he can give Dana White, he can sign Dana White's check and say, how much we need $2 million for a release for this fight? It's $2 million for Conor McGregor's release for one fight.
Yeah.
You know, he can make that happen. Showtime has the budget to make that happen. Right. So
I actually talked to, or I didn't talk to, I was listening, I was eavesdropping on Steven Espinosa talking to Lance Pugmire at, what was that? At
Saturday.
No, this was a while back. This was like Cuellar versus Matas. I think the first little press conference they did at the Palm Restaurant. And it was right when those rumors first. It was right after Floyd said it live on TV that he wanted to fight Conor. And sure enough, Steven Espinosa was like, yeah, like I'm going to Vegas tomorrow to start talking to these people and whatever. And I remember thinking like, what? Like I thought it was just some BS publicity stunt or whatever. But yeah, I mean,
they want to fight each other, but the logistics of it won't allow it to happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's obvious. It's painfully obvious that they want to fight each other, and they're using their free platforms to do so. You know,
it might end up being like John Jones and Dan Henderson. They wanted to fight each other for a while too, but the only reason they did it this past weekend was just a charity event. It might actually end up being Floyd versus Conor at a charity event. We might not want to see that because we want to actually see them fight. If it's a charity event, we know they're gonna pull punches, take it lightly, and everything like that. But
I just choked Henderson out. Like that wasn't nice.
Yeah, it's just
you know what I mean. Like I don't think it was like.
But I don't know. I just can't get over the fact that these two guys just keep circling each other, and it just seems like it'll never happen. It's just weird that Floyd would even. Obviously, I know why he's bringing up Conor's name. It's just weird why he would continue to do so.
Well, at the end of the day, they both benefited from it.
Yes, they are.
And some may say Floyd is bigger than Conor McGregor. MMA fans may say Conor McGregor currently is bigger than Floyd Mayweather. But at the end of the day, Floyd wants to remain relevant. And
he's doing a great job.
If you know Floyd's personality, he don't want to be second
to nobody.
I mean, like for real. And Conor McGregor is the biggest name he can use, and he's handling him for his notoriety, and likewise Conor McGregor, likewise Ronda Rousey, likewise everyone else in boxing, you know what I mean? So
that's true because Conor and Ronda were going at it back and forth for a while too because she was the most relevant name in it. That's a good point. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, so worst case scenario, Floyd gets a few million more followers on Instagram and people buying more TNT hats and shirts, which makes sense,
Yeah.
Hit the GM store.
You know he's gonna come up with like an Irish TNT shirt.
When he came out with that Filipino TNT shirt, that was hilarious. That was nice.
That's coming. Yeah. During February, probably during St. Patty's Day. That's gonna come out.
If someone's listening, they will do that.
Right, they're doing it now. Yeah.
I should call Floyd, like Floyd, you need to.
And you need to on the back. Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. MMA versus boxing has just always been a good conversation. It'd be great to see. We've had some.
The Silva and Roy Jones, right?
Yeah, Silva, Roy Jones. We had Mercer actually go in there and knock out Tim Silva.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had
James Toney.
Randy Couture choke out James Toney. Oh my God.
They should have given James like Liddell or something. Someone who actually stands up.
Then we had Holly Holm beat Ronda Rousey.
Oh, she was a boxer first.
She was a boxer first.
But she's had.
She's had experience. She kicked her in the dome, but still, boxer did that.
We're always going to have that conversation, I think.
Forever.
It's fighting. It's
like WWF and NWO.
WCW back in the day.
Yeah, as kids. Ric Flair versus Hulk Hogan.
Right.
Steve versus the Ultimate Warrior. Road Warriors versus That militia at the time. Yeah. Yeah, good time.
We just happen to have two guys
that are on the forefront.
Yeah, they're on the forefront. And they're the same size.
Because at the time that Jones and Silva were talking about, Jones was obviously on the downside of his career, and Silva was peaking. At this time, Floyd may be the retired fighter, but he hasn't lost anything. And Conor is just the hottest thing in MMA at the moment. So it's like it makes perfect sense that these two will be talking about one another. But still, at the same time, I just can't get over the fact that we'll never see it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it for sure if it were ever to happen, but it just seems like, and I mean, UFC just sold for $4 billion. They don't want their biggest star
taking an L.
to take an L like that.
Even though right when the purchasing was going on, he took the L against Diaz.
Yeah, but I mean, that made the rematch that much bigger. You know what I mean? And then
that was a good fight. That was winning that fight too.
Because they won the first round. Yeah, he didn't win the first round big.
But so I mean, I think they know it'll happen. One way or the other. Like, well, it's very, very possible. Obviously, that'll happen again, like in MMA rules. But to kind of, I don't know, to put him against like the best boxer in the world. I mean, and Floyd's, Floyd isn't like the biggest power puncher or anything like that. So I mean, Floyd just might embarrass him for 12 rounds, and then it's like, do you really want to see Conor again after like seeing him for 36 minutes, getting kind of just pounced in the face, and you know what I mean? So yeah, it's not a good look for them. So I just don't see.
I can see Conor in the 12th round being like, what? Fuck this! I'm about to grab him and body slam him.
I wouldn't be surprised if he like front kicked him in the face, just to be like, all right, like whatever.
Well, he'll be wearing shoes at the time, so I'm assuming he'll probably grapple him and just toss him to the ground. Don't be like that.
I think he's still kicking him.
Boy, to see that coming, carry his leg kick. But Freddie Roach said it would take him 5 years to train.
For Floyd, he did say that.
He said Floyd asked him to train Conor though.
Yeah, but they want to make it a big fight.
Floyd
is on his PR.
Yeah,
Floyd knows what he's doing.
Is a master salesman. He knows what's up. He knows what will get people's attention. He'll know if Freddie Roach is in the corner of Conor McGregor, like, oh, that's the guy Trey Pacquiao. You see what he does this time,
Trainer of the year.
Exactly. So he knows what's going on. He knows who to pick. He could have gotten Robert Garcia too, but I think the better name would obviously Freddie Roach is Irish as well. So it'll work perfect with Conor McGregor,
Oh, he is. I forgot he has an Irish tattoo.
Yeah, he's Irish, so.
Or maybe put Floyd Sr. and Freddie Roach on the undercard.
Exactly. Or Robert Garcia and Freddie Roach, like we saw at the round table with them. They did the nice little face off and everything. Yeah. We're on the same size. Anything else to close out? Obviously, our video recording and our YouTube lives. Anything you guys got to say to close it out?
No, I mean, just Hopkins Smith this Saturday is going to be great. We're going to kind of continue to give you guys, try to bring you guys the show with fighters and stuff. I think we got Leo Santa Cruz lined up maybe in the next week or so. So we're trying to do that. But yeah, let us know in the comments. Let us know what we can improve on, what you guys want. Maybe there's some fighters here in LA or something you guys want to see, or anywhere else. Just let us know. Maybe we could, Skype some fighters or something like that. Just let us know how you guys want.
We'll do that.
We'll work on it.
Oh, actually, we need our fans to improve. I think we're perfect.
Right.
but yeah, Bernard Hopkins this weekend. If you love boxing, I encourage you guys. I don't know what happens in the ring. Obviously, I want Bernard Hopkins to win, but just from a historical perspective, say you watch Bernard come and go. Same thing happens when a baseball player retires in October. Or Vince Scully. I'm not the biggest Dodger fan, but I watched the Vince Scully game in San Francisco. It was. I watched that game. You know what I mean? Or Alex Rodriguez's last game. I'm a Yankees fan, but Magic Johnson's last game. Ken Griffey's last game. Magic Johnson was in the All-Star game. Michael Jordan retired in his last game. So these are just events that you just want to be a part of just because you're a sports fan or a boxing fan. So tickets are really cheap, $25
to get in the door.
Just to get in the door. And it looks like it's not going to be a sold out crowd. So work your way down.
And the form is a great. It's
only 2 levels.
Yeah.
It's only 2, and the seats are good.
Yeah,
the seats are the real seats.
Oh, yeah, seats. Yeah, actual seats.
The actual seats are really comfortable. So
obviously, thank you guys continuously for the support. We started this about 2 months ago. It's been going great. As you see, we've always had fighters. Once in a while, we'll do shows like this, everything. We got Leo Santa Cruz lined up next week. We're working on Brandon Rios. We're also working on Victor Ortiz. We're going to have a Fight Guys episode with a couple of female fighters. Alicia Estrada is one of them. We're trying to get Marlene as soon as we can. Yeah,
she's actually going to. She told me yesterday she's going to go to Europe to train. So we'll have to get her when she.
Yeah, when she comes back and everything. So we'll get things like that. Obviously, let me shout out Fern Gully, who won the tickets for Mars versus Cuellar. No, we're going to be doing giveaways for Santa Cruz versus Frampton, and also for Rios versus Ortiz. We're going to be doing giveaways for that. And just again, subscribe, share, let your friends know, thumbs up all the time. As they said, let us know what we need to improve on. We'll obviously try to do so. Things will just get better from now on at this point. And we'll have more shows coming up before the year is over. But until then, we'll see you guys then. Have a good one. All right, people, we out.